do we have Philip with us right now? I don't know if you can hear me, Philip. Let me hear you say something real quick.
Hey, good morning. How are you doing?
I am doing great. Thank you so much, everybody. Welcome to the stream here. This is Philip Bogenberger, who is with USPS. He is talking with us this morning, as I'm sure your life is about to get a little bit more busy as we get into the holiday season. And we are so appreciative of you joining us this morning.
Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you for having me. Yeah, this is the busiest time of year, but it's also the most exciting time of year. So we're looking forward to it. I hope everyone else is too.
Yeah, I would say that you all are definitely true Santa's helpers, if you ask me, right? And so, a lot of people are going to be sending us gifts. So let's talk about a few things. You talked about how this is a happy time, but a very busy time. People want to know when it comes to shipping their packages or their letters or gifts. What are those deadlines that you would recommend for people to actually get their things in the mail to safely get it to their destinations?
No, I'm glad you asked me because that's very important information. First of all, I would suggest getting your holiday shopping and mailing done early so you can sit back and enjoy the holidays. If you find last minute gifts that you want to ship and holiday cards that you need to mail, we've got you covered. Our suggested mailing dates are December 17 for first class mail and USPS Ground Advantage, December 18 for USPS Priority Mail, and December 20 for USPS Priority Mail Express. Now, we've got a full list of dates and tips on our website, www.usps.com/holiday news, where you can find more deadlines if you're shipping to Alaska and Hawaii or overseas or to a military installation.
You're looking at those deadlines, and we know a lot of people, again, are going to be sending stuff out. Just how much are you all expecting to be moving and shipping this particular holiday? Do you kind of expect it to be more than usual or maybe less given, some of the recent circumstances people may have found themselves in?
No, it's a very interesting question. We don't really make projections anymore because it's one of those things that we know that what we can handle. And we over the past 5 years, we've really been making substantial investments to modernize our processing and delivery network, including the addition of more than 600 high-speed package sorting machines throughout the country. So our national network can process up to 88 million packages per day. So whatever volumes you bring our way, we've got you covered. And like I said, 88 million packages per day. That's even more than we could do last year. Last year we could do 60 million, now 88. It's just a tremendous increase. So, our network can handle it. Bring it our way. We'll get it there in time.
Now, just a quick question for me. I know obviously the government shutdown impacted a lot of agencies. Were you all impacted at all? And if so, we're seeing like flights are having to kind of ramp back up ahead of this holiday. Is that something that you all, were even impacted by? And if so, are you experiencing that too?
No, we're an independent federal agency, so we were not impacted by the government shutdown. We were still operating. We operate 365 days a year. We're working hard to make sure mail and packages are delivered on time every day, 365 days a year. It's just a little bit extra special, during the holidays because we know we're bringing a holiday card from someone you may not have talked to throughout the year, or we're bringing that special package from a loved one and really keeping people connected, during this special time.
Okay, so let's get into what people can and cannot package, right? I'm sure this is something that I don't know if people always think about. Are there, we say in Santa land, like who's on the naughty list, who's on the good list? Are there do's and don'ts when it comes to sending materials?
No, I'm glad you brought that up, and we want everybody to stay on the nice list when they're sending items. So there's a full list of items again at USPS.com that you are not able to send in the mail. One thing that I want customers should be aware that mercury is prohibited in the mail, whether it's by itself or in devices like antique thermometers, barometers, and switches. Sending mercury in the mail can cause harm to employees and damage to processing equipment, and customers could face penalties for sending mercury. So like I said, there's a full list of prohibited items on our website, but if a customer sees that there may be mercury in their product that they want to send, I would ask them to think twice, and they can always ask a clerk at the post office.
I actually did not know that, and definitely something to check in for as well. Any other things when it comes to maybe packaging? Like, are there any tips that you would have for folks when it comes to sending that would make it as easy as possible on your end to make sure that their items get there not only safety but in the best condition?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. And I think one thing that people don't often think about is I would always use a sturdy box. I wouldn't reuse boxes. That's something that's important because as it goes through the processing equipment, you want it to be sturdy to make sure that it gets there. Anybody who has questions, there's certainly a clerk that can help you at the post office. There's information that online. But we want to make sure that you have the boxes that you need. So if you're using any of our Priority Mail or Priority Mail Express, like we have boxes in our post offices that you can use. There's materials that you can use to help you. And then I would do my best to make sure your address is accurate, especially the zip code. It's actually better to not have a zip code than the wrong zip code.
Oh, wow. Okay. And so anything else that you have in terms of maybe tips for the holidays, anything in particular around this time of year that you think people who are mailing packages need to keep in mind?
Yeah, then it's one of those things that this year everybody's in a rush. We want to get our holiday shopping done. If you can, the best thing to do is get your holiday shopping and mailing done early. But I understand you always find that last minute item, that perfect gift that you want to send to somebody. So we've got you covered. But I also think it's like this, a reminder to our customers, Postal Service carriers will be delivering earlier in the day and later in the evening as we move further into the holidays. So please feel free to leave a porch light on and clear path to the mailbox. That way, any of our carriers don't get injured. Also, as we get closer to those mailing deadlines, please understand that traffic into post offices is probably going to increase. So we ask for patience, and we'll do everything we can to make sure that we get the packages there on time.
It's so interesting, Philip, that you mentioned that in terms of later in the evening, because I was just thinking that when I saw a driver maybe 2 nights ago into a neighborhood that I happened to be in, and there were no street lights, and it was dark, but it wasn't that late. It was just really dark, and I thought, oh my goodness. Yeah, a little bit of light could go a long way for them when they're dropping items off. So a good reminder for people here on this holiday season. And just one more thing, is there anything people can do? I know we talk about insurance for packages, I'm sure people can get, but another pesky problem that we experience are more of those porch pirates. Is there anything from you all's end that you would recommend people do to make sure that their gifts, their packages are protected?
Yeah, so I mean, I would recommend that everybody, bring in their mail and packages daily if they can. We also offer our informed delivery feature. So informed delivery is a game changer for customers because it allows customers can see images of their mail expected to arrive soon in their mailbox, and they can also manage their packages with informed delivery, like online or through our informed delivery app. It's ideal for the holidays and all year round, basically, but customers can sign up free at USPS.com/informed delivery. And if you know that packages are coming and you may not be home, maybe you can let a family member know or even a neighbor know. But if you're home, I would suggest bring those things in every day. And if you think you are the victim of mail theft, the the US Postal Inspection Service is the law enforcement division of the Postal Service, and they investigate crimes involving the mail. So you can contact the U.S. Postal Inspection Service.
Okay, Philip, thank you so much with USPS. We appreciate you again for stopping on by and talking with us, and again for all the work that you and your team are doing to make sure people's holiday experiences can be even that much better. So happy holidays to you, and I hope things are super smooth for you guys over the next several weeks.
Well, thank you for having me, and I just want to say thank you to our customers for their continued support. And we hope you have a safe and merry holiday. Thank you very much.
All right, sir. Thank you so much. We'll have to have you on at another time. We appreciate it. So some good tips there that he gave for people. Hopefully you're able to get into that mode now. I know, Sarah, as he was talking, all I could think about was I have not even started on anything when it comes to a gift or a card to send. And I feel like I'm always a last minute person in general in that aspect. And so it's a good reminder, especially I think now and this year, for people to try to get up as soon as possible. I don't know if you started or even you have thought about starting, but
My
I don't even
shopping.
know. Yeah. I don't,
I had a week off earlier this month,
yeah.
and I was like, I'm going to at least figure out what I'm getting everyone, and then by the time December rolls around, I'm hoping that I will be able to put those orders in, and then just stress free. So
Yeah, it's interesting, and to hear him, talk about what they have to go through, and it's a good reminder. I'm glad he mentioned that there are post office workers, delivery drivers who are doing so much later in the evenings now. I mean, when I tell you where I was, there was no street lights. It was pitch dark. And I thought to myself, "Oh my goodness, from a safety standpoint for them, how much it would have been better if there was some kind of light that's around." So his little tip there about leaving your lights on for them, I think could really go a long way. One of my cousins is also works for the post office and delivers gifts. So I know she's going to be really busy this holiday season. So those are just some of the things you want to keep in mind that you may not even think about, just how much that could support and help them in that case too. And so that's just something we wanted to make sure that we got out to everybody. They had reached out to us to see if they could share just a little bit of the information and the tips as we get closer to the holiday season. Of course, we were very glad to bring them on.